Drink facts, got lips like Angelina. Belly truck tangerine, jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Hey, like a Monday, Ferrari body. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like me. Money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Go Chiefs. Now, 29.
Now Carr throwing on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Caught left side by Hilton. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to...
And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
Detroit! Over! Gone!
Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Low, low, low. Yeah, 98's down. 58's up.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Out to the flat for Reddick. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs. And
there he goes, right side. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for him on 4th down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Ravens will extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
7:34.
Carr now on first down. Coleman has it here right side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Go Chief. That's it. That's it.
On second down, here's Carr. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Right. 694.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Purdue. 29. 29. That's it.
Carr going to try and throw on third down. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
93. Hey, Raider 2. Hey, 734. Hey, 734. 29.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
You're mine. 637.
They go play action here on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
1, Raider 1. 734. 637. 97, 34, 93, 93. You got 56 there.
Carr will try it again on second down. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said?
And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 13, the 40, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hey, you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. All right, this is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
All right, get set, fellas. Hey, Raider 2. Take 4. Get set. 180.
Hey, alert. Mike's 50.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out.
dude. Mike 50, Mike 50. 808. 280.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that would complete to Marshawn Lynch. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team that had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Carr. Shakes off the sand. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Frank Clark in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
No. Check. Patriots.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Leopard.
Alert. Check 24.
Detroit. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, here's Barkley. Room here to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Rosen to throw. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. To throw is Rosen. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face a third down. Rosen will throw. And down inside the 15 he goes. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's got it to Hilton. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Throwing again, it's Rosen. Complete to Hilton. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. Rosen to throw again. And he's got it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They want to go to the air again with Rosen, and not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They come out here in the eye.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
Again, it's Rosen. This is intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. A handoff to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, partner, they went empty set then. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
him.
No
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
694.
So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. In for the score. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Lucky 56.
Now Rosen on first down. Buying time to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rosen. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to connect with Berrios. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Watch it now, Barney.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be fielded at the 6. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there, a 22. A first down carry for Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now Rosen going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Raider 1.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
White. Slide down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
You gonna see me in your night?
Hey, Purdue. No. Purdue. 6:37.
Now Carr maybe with a free play. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Deuce right, Chief. 29. All right, get set, fellas. Go 694.
Now Carr. He finds Coleman. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And he is out of bounds just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Rosen. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Over the middle, he gets it to Barrios. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Following the fumble recovery, Carr throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Right. 7:34.
On second down, here's Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 30. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley finding some room at midfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right?
It got his man complete. He got 29 yards that time. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Slot. Go right. Set. Liz.
Smith throwing again. Going up top for Miller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And right side, Henry's got it. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things you like about a zone read play that has an option component to it is that it gives you plenty of different ways to go. On this one, though, I'm not sure they chose the right one. Maybe they should have pitched it out on this one because that play was absolutely swallowed up.
And his kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
and the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Play action. It's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 57 yards. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. The point after is good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Nick Perry in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Liz. Orange, front.
Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
Here's Smith. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the... This is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns get a score closer. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead's down to 24. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ballgame. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Cliff Averill in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Levante David. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Back to the air. Rosen after the pick 6. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fitzgerald. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Leopard!
Now Saquon Barkley.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Looking deep for Hilton. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And he's got his man Hilton. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. They convert on third with a gain of 22. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.